Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 6. We have question number 16 over here, but as usual, we're picking questions from different books to understand. So, by sequence, it is question number 6. Since we are related with financial statement and we will be preparing profit loss statement with balance sheet statement. As usual, we have two parts of our question. On the left side, you can see it's a trial balance, and why I am calling it a trial balance, because you will see that when I'm scrolling down the page, total of both sides is present. So it means it's trial balance. On the right side, you will observe that this tiny part is adjustment. As usual, we are related with adjustment in financial statements. So you know it very well. We will solve this right side part of the question. That means adjustment would be solved as our first step, and then we will enter all the elements present in trial balance later on. I think introduction is enough. We are ready to solve our question, so let's begin. First adjustment is charge interest on capital 5%. First we will solve it. We will go to operating expense side, and there you will mention it as interest on capital. At this way, you will calculate your interest on capital. For that purpose, you will go and search how much capital we do have. On second line, you can see this is your capital, and the amount which is mentioned is 372,000, while interest is 5%. So upon here, you will write 372,000 and you will multiply with 5 divided by 100. What I have said, this way you will calculate your interest on capital. 372,000 was amount of capital, and you have multiplied it with 5 and divided with 100. This way your interest on capital has been calculated. After that, for second effect, you will go to fixed liability side, and there you will mention capital, after which you will add interest on capital, which you have just calculated. This interest on capital was 18,600. This is what you have calculated. So you will put this interest on capital to add it in your capital. So guys, first adjustment has been completed. Both effects are completed. We are now proceeding to second part of first adjustment. Look at here, interest on capital. So interest on drawings is also present. Interest on drawings is your operating income. So you will come over here. Here you will write interest on drawings opposite to interest on capital, and how you will calculate. For that purpose, you will search the amount of drawings. This is first amount, drawings, and the amount is 30,000. Interest is 3%. So here you will calculate 30,000 amount of drawings multiply by 3 divided by 100. In this way you have calculated your amount of interest on drawings, 30,000, 3%. So let's check it out again. Amount of drawings, it should be 30,000 and 3% drawings. So we have confirmed it. It's very important to see more than twice so that there should not be any mistake. Now here you can see that amount of drawings were 30,000, and you have multiplied it with 3 divided by 100, with which you have calculated interest on drawings. So first effect is completed. You will come over here and you will subtract interest on drawings, and this would be 900 written over here, just opposite to interest on capital, which was added. In this way, first adjustment and its two parts have been completed. Next adjustment, second, stock on 31st March. Since it's your closing stock 156,000, so first effect we will start at cost of goods sold, where you will write opening stock first, then you will add purchase, then you will subtract returns, then you will also subtract closing stock. Upon here, you will write first effect of closing stock. The amount was 156,000, and you will write the amount. First effect is completed. Now you will go to balance sheet current asset side, and then you will write closing stock as well. Amount was 156,000. Two effects completed. Two adjustments are completed. Now we will see our third adjustment. Provide 15,000 for wages. Wages are direct expenses. You will come over here. First, you will write wages, and then you will add outstanding wages, and the amount of wages which we have seen. Look at here, 15,000 for wages. So here you will write 15,000 outstanding, and secondly you will go to current liability side, and here you will write outstanding wages, amount of which 15,000 you will put on liability side. So guys, in this way you have seen that interest on drawings are also entered. Okay, I think the zoom out matter had come over here, and let me see why it has been zoom out. Anyhow, so in this way we have completed three adjustments. 15,000 of wages, as you have seen that these were added, and secondly you have written it on current liability side. A fourth adjustment, accrued rent is rupees 1500. Rent is operating expenses. So you will come over here. First you will see how much rent is. Then you will add outstanding rent, and will put over here. Amount of outstanding rent is 1500. So here you will put 1500, and then its second effect, since it's again outstanding, so outstanding rent, amount of which is 1500, you will post. I'm sure that you are observing in the right way. There must be two effects. Rent, first effect you have added in operating expenses and liability. Now next is charge 5% depreciation. Look at here, 5% depreciation, and let me see if it can be decreased. Okay, I think now it's okay because there was extra. Let's read out again. Charge 5% depreciation on plant. Again, it's an operating expense. So you will make place over here. First you will write depreciation, and this depreciation is about plant and machinery. So search where plant and machinery. Look at here, I can see plant and machinery, and very carefully you will go to the opposite asset side, triple double 15800. We will note this amount first, and the amount was 115,800, and we have to confirm it again so that there must not be any mistake. 115,880, and depreciation rate is 5%. Look at here, 5% is written, and you will write 5%, for that multiply by 5 divided by 100. I'm sure that you people have understood from where we have taken these amounts. I have told you amount of 115,800. How we have taken? This was depreciation upon plant, and plant and machinery was 115,800. We can mention as well that this depreciation was of plant. So here it's better to mention. And this depreciation was calculated 115,800 was amount of plant. We have taken multiplied by 5 divided by 100. So depreciation has been calculated. For second fact, you will go to your fixed asset. Here you will mention your plant, and the amount of plant which you have seen 115,800, and then you will subtract its depreciation which you have just calculated. Add operating expenses. Let's see where we have written it. Look at here. How do you calculate? 115,800 multiplied by 5%. So this depreciation you will write, and after that it would be subtracted, less depreciation. Alright guys, so we were at fifth adjustment. 5% depreciation is calculated. Next, same number of adjustment but second part, 10% on furniture. I'm letting you know that this furniture, since we have a little less space, charge depreciation on furniture 10%. So for that purpose we need to have our furniture, and we'll have to search it where furniture is. So for that we cannot see furniture over here. We'll go to the downward side and we'll see where furniture. Okay, second last line, 9150. Remember it, 9150, and you will calculate. First I am writing 9150, so it should be remembered. And what it is, this is calculation of depreciation on furniture, and you will multiply it. Look at here, depreciation rate was 10%, so here you will calculate 10%, multiply by 10 divided by 100. Okay guys, we have written, and once again I will let you know how to calculate this depreciation. 9150 was amount of furniture, then you have multiplied 10 divided by 100, with which you have calculated depreciation. In a similar way, you will go to fixed asset side. First you will write your furniture, and then you will subtract your depreciation. Amount of furniture was 9150. We will write over here 9150, and you have calculated its depreciation 915. So again, when we start our calculation, we will subtract this depreciation from furniture. Step by step we are moving forward. We have completed fifth adjustment. Now we are following sixth one. Insurance to the amount of rupees 600 relates to next year. So this insurance, when it is related to next year, it would be considered as prepaid. So you will go to operating expenses and here you will write insurance. Prepaid, subtract prepaid of insurance. Now see how much amount of prepaid is. That is 600. So we will mention amount of prepaid as 600. Alright guys. Since it is prepaid, you will go and write prepaid insurance on asset side. And this was 600. Alright. So as you've seen that there were 6 adjustments and we have completed all 6 adjustments. Each adjustment was having dual effects or two effects, one in profit loss statement and second in balance sheet. Both effects have been completed. So we are now open to start entering elements present in our trial balance. So first is drawings 30,000. We will go to liability side and here you will mention drawings. Amount of drawing we have 30,000. So you will write 30,000 over here. Alright guys, next is capital 372. I think we have written 372,000. No, we have not mentioned. So let's write down 372,000. So capital is also written. After capital, we have purchase and purchase return. Now both are given. When you will see the amount and using common sense, purchase would be the bigger amount and purchase return would be the smaller amount. But purchase is your expense, expenses should be written on debit side. That is why this amount 450,600 would be considered as your purchase. 450,600. So you will come over here 450,600 amount of purchase we have mentioned. Now the second step is to see returns, and these returns are 1800, but let's confirm it. I think it's 1800. So let's mention it. After purchases, you will enter returns. These are 1800 and we will subtract later on. Now slowly and steadily we are getting forward. Drawings entered, capital entered, purchase and purchase return entered. Then we have stock. Since it is first 4, that means opening stock 138,000, and here you will mention it 138,000. Right guys, we have entered stock. Now cash in hand. This is your current asset. So here you will first write down the name, cash in hand, and then after cash in hand we will enter the amount 10,380. So let's write down 10,380. Alright, cash in hand is entered, after which there is bank balance. Again it is current asset. So you will mention over here bank balance. Let's see how much amount of bank balance is. Very carefully, it is 67800. 67800. Okay, and then we have plant and machinery 11180. I think we have already written it. Look at here, 115800 is entered. Next is general expenses. This is your operating expense. So you will come over here and will write general expense, amount of general expense 2520. So mention over here 2520. General expenses we have entered, and after that we have printing charges. Again, it's an operating expense. So here you will mention printing charges, and amount of printing charges is 4920. So just write down 4920. Printing charges entered, after which we have accounting fee. This is again operating expense. So here you will mention accounting fee. Let's see how much amount of accounting fee is, and that is 840. Let's enter 840. Okay. After accounting fee we have commission 9900, but look at here, commission is written on credit side, so it's your income 9900 commission. So you will go to other income side. Here you will write commission. It may be written in operating income, but better is discount, interest and commission. These three should be written on other income side. Let's see how much income was 9900. So let's mention 9900 over here. So step by step we are proceeding ourselves. Now accounting fee commission entered, investment purchased. Look at here, 1/4/2004. You have purchased an investment of 1200. Now very important, interest has not been mentioned over here, but they are saying 10% interest. On the other side, look at here, interest received on investment is also present. So you must be very much attentive. First, we will write investment. Since it's an investment, we will go to the asset side and we'll mention investment over here. And we would need line as well. So let's turn it to upward side. Now write down the amount of investment, which was 12,000. Now interestingly, you will see that investment amount is 12,000 while its interest is 10%. So we will calculate it. We will go to other income side and we will write interest on investment. And please note it down, where you have written interest on investment, you will be calculating interest in the next line. Investment was 12,000 and its rate was 10 divided by 100. First you will calculate interest on investment over here. Now second is 600 investment is, let it be seen how much amount of investment was. Once again we will have to confirm it. 12,000, alright, 10% we have taken. This 600 is already present. So what you will do, you will write 600, which is given in trial balance over here. Then indirectly we will consider that there is outstanding interest. Now once again I'm telling you, total interest was 1200. We have just received 600. It means 600 is still receivable, which is outstanding. So you have just put 600 remaining amount of interest. Total 1200, 600 received, 600 is still receivable. Since 600 is not written, you will make it as an adjustment which would have two effects. So interest on investment which we have just calculated would be 600, and these are not your heading, so just making it normal. Alright guys, this has been completed. What we have done, interest purchased on 1st April 2004, and we are making 2005. We have calculated 10%, which was 1200, and 600 is already received. So these two elements have been entered. Now next is sundry debtors and creditors. First, you can use your common sense. If debtors are written as first element, so first amount would be considered as debtors, and respectively 89010 would be considered creditors. Secondly, debtors are your assets. Assets should be written on debit side, so this amount 108000 is amount of debtors. For that purpose, you will go to your asset side. Current asset side, you will mention sundry debtors, and now you will see how much amount of debtors, which is 108000. Just write down 108000. After debtors, you can see in the same line creditors are mentioned, which is your current liability. So sundry creditors, and here you will see amount of creditors, and this is 89010. So write down 89010. Once again we will check because it's an odd amount, and the amount was 89010. Alright. Now next is wages, 75,000. Wages we have already entered. We will put 75,000 over here. After wages, we have salaries, 42,000. Here in operating expense, we will write salaries, 42,000. Okay. Now we have income tax, which is okay 42,000 amount of salaries. Let it be checked again. Yes, we have written 42,000. Okay. After salaries, we have income tax 4800. So there is many concept related to income tax. It can be considered as your expense, but right now you will consider, since this tax has been paid on the income which is earned by owner, that is why it would be deducted from his capital. Business has paid income tax, that would be deducted from capital. So we will go to liability side. On capital side, we will mention income tax amount, which was 4800. I think let's see it again. Income tax 4800. Okay. Now next is discount allowed and received. First, you can see allowed is written at first place, so this debit side discount would be considered allowed, and credit side would be considered as received. There is second very important way to judge. Discount allowed is an expense. Expense should be debited, so this debit side 18900 is discount allowed. For that, you go to the expense side. Here you will mention discount allowed. Let's see how much amount of discount allowed is. That is 18,900. So just write down 18,900 over here. Second is discount received. For that we need another line. So let's make it another line. You know that there would be a little more we have to do. Now we will shift this amount to above side. Sometime it would happen in your exam as well, so you must be cool and calm because it would happen. Alright, so what we were going to write, since it's another income, for discount received, and of discount received was, we will see over here, that is 13800. So just write down 13800. Another thing I would like to share, it's a long question. So sometimes you will be bored or sometimes you will be irritated. But it's so enjoyable thing when you are focusing upon your work, when you are related to your work, even when it is getting too much time, but you will enjoy it if you are understanding it, if you are making conceptual forwarding, then it would be a matter of happiness and matter of enjoyment. Otherwise it may be possible some people would be irritated. So guys, we have entered discount allowed and received. Next is sale return and sale. Again same discussion. Sale return is written on first place, so sale return would be considered as 1650 and sales are 626. Secondly, sales return means goods are coming in, it should be written on debit side, so debit side are sales return, credit side are sales. 626850. So here you will write 626850 and these are for sales, and then we will mention sales return. And let's see how much amount of sales return are 1650. So here we will write 1650 sales return also entered. After which we have bill receivable 9660, current asset, bills receivable, sure amount is 9600. So guys, in this way bill receivable entered 96. Furniture 9150, I think we have written. Yes, 950 is already mentioned. After which we have rent, rate and insurance 12,000, and we will be careful because insurance and rent both are given at the same place. So this is little bit hurdle, and insurance and rent are given at the same place. Once again I will let you know, look at here, rent, rates and insurance. While you can see that insurance adjustment and adjustment for rent both are given separately, on the other hand its trial balance value is given once in the same heading rent rates and insurance 12,000. So we will have to make a little more space over here as well. And we are going to shift. We need we have place. Now this prepaid insurance is no longer required over here. We will take it to above line, and this insurance will be mixed in rent. So we will delete over here, and at this place rent and insurance both will be mixed. Why we are mixing it? Because I have mentioned you rent and insurance both are given with the single heading 12,000. Okay, so you will mention 12,000 over here. In this way you have seen all elements present. Last was rent rate. All elements present in trial balance step by step have been entered. So we are now open to start our calculations, and you will be, again, the same thing I'm telling you, very cool, very calm. There should not be any hurry. First we will calculate net sales. Returns are subtracted from sale. On the other hand, we will calculate cost of goods sold. First part here, opening stock plus purchases. Then you will subtract this return and you will subtract closing stock. So we have got our cost of goods sold first part. Since there is one element of direct expenses, outstandings were present, we have calculated. After which we are now open to calculate total cost of goods sold. That means simple cost of goods sold plus direct expenses. So we have got our total cost of goods sold. And look at here, your gross profit is 104,400 and our gross profit is also 104,400. So guys, in this way we have calculated first out of four parts. We will now be focusing upon our indirect side, interest on capital directly written, and here you will calculate net amount of rent and insurance. This was total amount where you will have to add outstanding and then prepaid 600 will be subtracted, sorted out. In this way, I think all operating expenses are ready to be sum of all operating expenses is ready to be calculated, and here operating expenses are ready. Next you will see operating income. There is only one, so you will write 900. Next, discount allowed, the only other expense, so you may mention 18 and 900. The next step is to calculate other income, and you need one more place. Here you will calculate your total other income. You may take some. So let's take it some 13,000, 1,200 and 1,900. So we have got total as well. Okay, we do not need lines over here. So let's go and end the lines at calculating procedure, but don't worry about that. You will have to learn it. Now, final net profit we are going to calculate. You will have to be very much attentive. We will go to GP and amount of gross profit was 104400. Then you will subtract operating expense total, and this was operating expense. Now you will add operating income. This was operating income. Then less other expense. Total other expense 18,900. Then you will add other income. Total of which was 24900. Okay. Now we will go. Look at here. What a brilliant thing. 22815. 22815, and the answer which is written is also 22815. For any accounting student, the most enjoyable moment is when you are calculating, or when you have a long question and you have calculated, your answer is matched. That would be considered your happiest moment. So 2 part out of 4 have been completed. Now we will be focusing upon asset side, where you have your plant and you will subtract its depreciation. Next, amount of furniture, subtract its depreciation. It means we are now ready to calculate our fixed assets. There were 2, plant and furniture. Total of asset side has been calculated. Total of fixed assets. Now you can take sum of all current assets. And thirdly, you will calculate investment, and there are 2 parts: original amount of investment plus amount of interest. So guys, in this way 483225, and our asset side is showing 483225. That's very interesting. Everything has been calculated accurately. Okay, let's begin. Liability side, 3 of 4 parts have been completed. Capital, then you will add interest on capital, then you will subtract interest on drawings, then you will subtract drawings, then you will subtract income tax. So here final amount of capital has been written. The next step, you will calculate total amount of current liabilities. There are 3. So let's take the sum. Okay, current liabilities total has been written. No reserve, so it's final. We can calculate our liability side. Here you can sum current liabilities, and then you may have fixed liabilities. Okay, sundry. One thing left, you have to add net profit, and for that again you will have to make some space. I think only 2 lines are needed, so just add few more lines. Okay, here please understand what we are doing. We have to add net profit. which single step was left. So how much net profit we have calculated? For that we will go to indirect side and we have calculated net profit as 22815. Just post it. Okay. So we will calculate our total of fixed liability. Once again, we will have to add net profit. 483, this is your answer now, 483,225, and asset side 483,225. So in this way guys, once again I'm telling you what was left. This net profit was not written before, so we have written this is your total of fixed liabilities, total of current liabilities, reserves were not present, so sum of only these two amounts is now equal to 483,225. Guys, you have seen that in this way 46 minutes we have taken to calculate this question. In your final paper of second or third semester, please note it down. Whenever you will have this question in your semester, you would need at least half an hour. Why I have taken 15 extra minutes? Because I will have to tell you when you will be doing this question by yourself, obviously time would be saved. So please spare at least half an hour. Remaining chapters can be solved uh, through, less time would be taken for other chapters, but for this chapter you would need at least 30 minutes. So keep it in your mind when your final papers or midterm papers are there. Just reserve at least half an hour. All right, guys. I will show you what we have done. This was your direct side, gross profit was calculated. This was your indirect side, and we have calculated net profit. Why not? I should zoom out to let you know that how much length of this question was. Look at here, I don't think even 50%. This, look at here, I have zoomed out 50%, but still it's not on the screen. So let's make a little more down. Okay, no place is there. You can see that question has been started over here. This was your direct side. We have calculated your gross profit. This was your asset side, total of asset side. And then you have your indirect side, you have calculated net profit. Liability side, you have calculated your total of liability. All answers are matched with the answers given in your book. So in this way our question has been completed. But my humble request is to solve this question as many times as you can, because more you will practice, more understanding would be created. So question has been completed. It's time to end our lecture. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.